Welcome to Making Herstory. This isn't polished success stories. This is the fire, the chaos, the gut punch truth of women who refuse to play small. The real, feral stories. The messy, bold, audacious stories that flip the table and set shit on fire. This is where we roar. It's Ashley Crabb. Buckle up, babe. We're making herstory. Somewhere along the line, mothers were taught that love means disappearing. And I honestly don't know who benefited from that storyline, but it was not us. In case we haven't met yet, I'm your host, Ashley Crabb, and I'm the only story-driven experience curator who helps women turn their raw, unpolished truths into brands, communities, events, movements that women can actually feel. My work lives at the intersection of story, belonging, visibility, and identity, helping women build spaces and experiences rooted in who they are, not who they were told to be. And I am so excited to have you here today because here's something I want to say. Motherhood was never meant to cost you your whole self. But somehow, somewhere, some way, women started believing that self-sacrifice was the requirement. It was the entry fee. It was the badge of honor for motherhood. But that price is fucking brutal because the price is you. And that's what I want to talk about today. I know that I've talked about this before, and I think it's something to remind even myself of. For a very long time in my childhood, I wanted to be like Seventh Heaven. I don't know if you've watched that show, but like I wanted to have 7 kids. I wanted to just live this life of family. I can't remember if I actually wanted to marry like a pastor or a reverend, but like I just wanted to have 7 kids, right? And I went through life and growing up, that changed. I didn't want to have any kids. I didn't want to have any kids at all. And then grew up some more, life changed again, and I wanted to become a mom. So I didn't necessarily always want to be a mother, but I do feel like even before I realized that I truly did want to be a mother, like there was this expectation that was understood that mothers give everything. We put ourselves last. Good moms don't need a lot, or that our needs can wait, right? And I think that is an overarching idea that we are taught as women in general, not just mothers, right? So we could actually say that like the price of being a good woman is sacrifice, right? And at first those sacrifices, they start small, skipping your morning coffee because somebody else needs you, not working out because, there are a lot of excuses that I have used for not working out, canceling those plans that you were excited about because it doesn't necessarily line up with the schedule anymore. Setting down your dreams because there's no time, no space, no energy left for you. Like no one comes right out and says like, you need to disappear. But like essentially that is what the script demands. Piece by piece, day by day, we are told to give up more and more until one morning we look in the freaking mirror and we're like, where the hell did I go? Who is this woman staring back at me? And I think that whether you're a mother, whether you're not a mother, no matter where you lie in womanhood, like it doesn't necessarily show up in this dramatic moment, right? Because we give a little bit of ourselves away at a time. It shows up more of like erosion of this stoppage of doing things that made you feel like your hobbies, your passions. Like, I don't love the word self-care, but I can't think your well-being. they just all fall off. And like, we're told to like find joy in routine and the mundane and all of the small things. And I think that is something that we absolutely need to practice in life, finding joy out of the small things. But like, we're told to find all of our joy in that, right? And like, our voice gets quieter and quieter, not necessarily because we lost our voice, but because no one is listening to it anymore. No one is listening for it anymore. We are taught that we have to listen for the voices of everybody else around us. And when we do that, we are automatically praised, right? Like, you're such a good mom, you do so much, you're so amazing. But like, you're amazing because you're disappearing. And that's the part that nobody talks about enough, about that getting these accolades for being self-depriving, right? Because we can name it really plainly. I think what more and more people need to realize is that when mothers disappear, and I do think I'll give a little bit of a pat on the back. I do think we're recognizing this more and more. I think with that comes a big pressure to do it in a certain way. But when mothers disappear, like, the whole family pays the price. When women disappear, the whole of society, the entire collective pays the price. Because a woman, a mother, and let's just use like mother moving forward in the sense of like the mother earth, mother nature, this nurturing, caring being, right? Because a mother without herself is a mother without like a true presence, right? Self-sacrifice doesn't make you more loving or more enough or more anything. It just depletes you. And your kids, your friends, your partner, your significant other, the people in your life, they don't need or want a version of you that has nothing left. They need the human, the woman behind the role. They need to see you alive and vibrating. They need to see you connected to not just them, but everything around you. They need to see you curious and learning and growing and being passionate and grounded about things. Like, life is not just about functioning. It's not just about functioning for the purpose and care of other people, right? Like, we teach our children, the people around us, how to honor themselves, how to respect themselves, how to honor us, how to respect us by showing them how we honor and respect ourselves. We teach that to other people. Because when we show people that a burnt out, erased woman is how we want to be treated and how we want to show up, like, you're not modeling that self-worth. And like, I feel like this might obviously trigger some people. Everything can trigger anyone these days, but like, I felt this a lot when I first became a mom, like this self-sacrificing. I stopped working out. I stopped meal planning and meal prepping. I stopped taking time in the morning for myself. Guys, like, I remember, like, this is totally TMI, but I think this just goes to show like how deep this goes. I remember like needing new underwear, a basic garment that we wear every single day. And I was just like, I don't really need that. Like, my underwear with the holes in the elastic are fine. Like, they still do the job. What? And like, I don't know why that memory sticks inside my brain so much, but I think that was also like the turning point where I was like, fuck this shit. Like, I need new underwear. I need socks without holes in them. And it wasn't that we couldn't afford it. It was that I didn't think I deserved it. And that moment just sticks out in my mind so hard. so hard. But you know, we even do it with, like, we sacrifice our friendships, our relationships with our partners. Like, it just keeps going, right? And I know that I was not happy for a long time. I was not happy for a long time because I wasn't giving any of myself to myself. Do not hear what I am not saying, because I love my kids with every single fiber of my being. I love them with my soul. They are part of me. Like, my body did a magical thing and grew them inside of me. And like, they do always come first. They truly do, in the grand scheme of things. But, you know, kind of going back to some of the other things we talk about, like this or mindset, right? Like, it either has to be my kids come first, or, you know, I'm a terrible mom, but no, it's not even that. It's like, my kids come first, or if I put myself in first at all, like, I suck, right? And like, that's what stopped me from doing so many of the things that really were important to me, was that I felt like if I focused on me, like, didn't even necessarily put myself first, but just gave myself some focus, filled up my own cup, like, somehow I was less than in motherhood. But really what I was showing my sons was that I didn't necessarily matter. And that's not what I want to teach my sons, right? And I want to teach my sons that the other people in their lives matter too, that you can care for somebody else and care for yourself. So here's what I think we should reclaim, right? We need to reclaim a lot of things, but like, you are not a bad mother or woman for having needs. You are not selfish for wanting time alone. You are not less devoted because you have passions outside the walls of your home, right? You are not wrong for wanting things like some space and some quiet, but also you're not wrong for wanting things like more than one identity. You're not wrong for wanting joy and boundaries and creativity, right? Like, though none of those things take away from your family. They bring you back to them, because like, we all need those things, right? Like, we all need space and time and quiet and joy and identity and boundaries and creativity. Those are all things we all need. And when we show other people that we get to be a mother and a woman, that you get to nurture your children and your family and your own becoming, that you get to serve your family without sacrificing your existence, right? Like, listen, you are allowed to take up space in your own story. And that's what I realized I was doing. I realized that, like, I was erasing myself from my own story. I was erasing myself from our family's legacy. So if you hear nothing else today, right? Like, you don't have to disappear to be a good mother, a good wife, a good woman in this world, right? Like, your presence matters. Your presence is the whole freaking purpose. Your presence includes you, all of you. Your needs, your voice, your identity, your fire, your big dreams and humanity and your truth. Like, all of these things inside of you, you don't stop being the whole person just because you also gain this new role in life, right? Motherhood didn't end your becoming. It expanded it. It gave you all of these additional awesome ass things that you get to bring to the table. Start giving yourself some things back. Start taking back some of those sacrifices that you have been making. Give yourself time. Give yourself space. Give yourself needs that are met. Give yourself desires that are met. Dream freaking big and bring your kids along for the ride. involve your kids in your dreams and have your own. Like, just remember that you don't have to sacrifice any more of yourself, any more of who you are. Not just for your kids, but for anybody, right? Right. If this episode resonated with you, if it cracked something open, I would love for you to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, share this with a woman and a mother who deserves to be seen, who deserves to feel seen. I would love it if you would also follow along at itsashleycrabb.com. Shoot me a message. Tell me part of your own story. Leave it in the comments here. Message me on Instagram. But what part of your own self have you been sacrificing? What part of yourself are you reclaiming? And if you would be interested in coming on the show and having an interview, I would love to know that too. Let's feature you on the podcast, because this is not just something I am building alone. It is something that I am building with and for all of you, for all of us. I will see you next week. Have a good one. You've been listening to Making Herstory. Remember, your story isn't optional. It's your fire, your power, and the heartbeat of every space you build. So take up space, tell it raw, and keep building the kind of legacy that can't be ignored. It's Ashley Crabb, and I'll be back with more bold, brave, feral stories soon. And if you want to stay feral with me, hit subscribe, share this with your sisters, and let's make herstory louder together.